Health officials say what is concerning is how we are witnessing the coronavirus adapt and change into various different variants. Businesses in the area say that they don't have a problem with the people who are here, but they do have a problem with this. Take a look at this trash. They were able to breathe in a huge sigh of relief, seeing these water levels a little bit lower than what they initially anticipated. First, I want to talk to you about what's been happening just here within the last couple of minutes. You see the protesters, they're now moving to our left. 8 hours later, you can still see that water is rushing from this main water line. I want you to take a look from where we are standing right now. That's about a 7-minute car ride, about an hour walk. And that is what Cassidy was last seen doing, walking her dog, leaving that address there. They are now here on what's almost hour 7, trying to contain any potential explosives. Investigators are still trying to figure out why he had those potential bomb-making materials in his car. Some have gone into the ocean not knowing that that water is not up to code, and you can see a couple of beachgoers right now just really enjoying the view. And as they enter the beach, they see this sign here, this forewarning, talking about that sewage contamination as well as that beach closure. And we were talking about that simulation because it's also now I see what the car looks like, but when they're actually on the track as well, they get to experience it like if they're really behind the wheel. They have the wind, the rain, all those factors. Tell me about that. But imagine the ones outside. Those are the ones that the businesses are excited for. The Fire Faithfuls who have been out here since 11. Oh yeah, Leah, that's right. This scarecrow might catch me if I'm not too quick. On July 23rd at 9 p.m., San Diego police say they received a call of a victim being shot multiple times in the groin, the suspects fleeing.
He's not being very cooperative at the moment.
The car you are seeing, one where 3 men, including Valeta, were trailed to stop. But then an armed Jesus Valeta flees the car.
2 are out, running northbound towards El Cajon.
Valeta can be seen running towards Yoshinoya restaurant, circling the business multiple times. Police commanding Valeta to stop.
Don't point it at me! Drop the gun!
It's in these moments where Valeta falls for the first time, picks the gun back up and keeps running. Police say with his finger on the trigger.
The gun now!
What you are hearing, 2 officers opening fire, shooting Valeta. San Diego police say Valeta, while on his knees, turned away from officers, pointed his gun in their direction. They say he dropped his weapon after being shot. At the same area of his death lies the shrine left behind by friends and family.
No podíamos creer.
Jesus' uncle Ignacio Gutierrez telling me his nephew's loved ones are still trying to understand how this could have happened.
Para mí no es justo que
He tells me he does not believe shooting his nephew in the back while on his knees is justifiable. Police experts say it is all dependent on the given circumstances.
The scariest part is when someone drops a gun, if they're not intending to use it, they generally will run and leave the gun. When they pick it back up twice, now you're really concerned because now you're thinking that there's an intent for them to use that against the officers.
You are doing it! What is wrong with you?
Screaming neighbors giving one final plea Monday morning as they see their beloved palm trees on Newport Avenue taken down.
It was shocking because they weren't the tallest 5. There are 5 that aren't diseased.
The city of San Diego says they removed these trees because they were told by the airport authority and FAA that the tall palms were an urgent threat to flight path and aviation operations. However, residents aren't buying it.
Can you imagine if a 727 or a 747 or 707 was hovering above this palm tree right here? They're not even close.
Tim Johnson has lived on this street for 40 years. He says he's never seen a plane fly over these palms, so he's just stumped as to why they had to be removed.
They're all that way. They're all north of Newport Avenue. I have this theory that maybe these 5 palm trees were some sort of evil triangulation device that somehow affects the airport or the government officials. I mean, that's about as logical of explanation as I can come up with because there's no other one.
The San Diego County Regional Airport Authority provided one, confirming that in October, the FAA believed these 5 palms were an adverse effect upon the navigable airspace at the airport. They even provided data showcasing the palm trees they are monitoring in the area. The orange highlights are the ones they removed. The airport authority told ABC 10 News the reason was because they exceeded 270 feet and 276.8 feet. But as you can see, there are other trees that didn't get removed and are higher. But the airport authority says they could be removed later.
We're just waiting for them to sneak in here, put the signs back up.
Tracy lost the tree that's been up for a century outside her home. She says she'll be ready next time, filing a restraining order and a lawsuit that will be heard in court this summer.
We're not done fighting, and again, there's a temporary restraining order going in, and I will next time probably crawl underneath a tree and get arrested.
For me, it means a lot. It means a lot.
On March 1st, Olga Kovalchuk fled the only place she's called home.
Some people sent me photos. I just try to delete them as quickly as possible, not to tickle my nose, because it's really terrible.
After spending days in a basement, hiding from the war that surrounded them, she took what little she had and fled.
We couldn't predict the situation. We tried to do the best. We were afraid to make the wrong decision. And I see that we have made the right decision.
Hugging her 3 children, Max, Ruslan, and Anna, she now knows that they are safe.
This means everything for me. I have never been treated in such a kind of way.
It's thanks to firefighter Zach and his wife Carolyn, empty nesters who heard their story and wanted to help.
We have beds, children needs beds, and we wanted just somewhere where Olga could be a mom and just be a mother, just give her space to be a mother.
The O'Neills are back to having a full house, but Olga's heart still has a piece missing. Her daughter Sofia is still overseas.
And she's alone.
Olga hopes to go back for her, but in the meantime, she says she tries to remain focused on what's in front of her. They're dealing with changes that haven't been easy, but the kids are adjusting.
So different, and so in Ukraine is cold now, here is hot. And
palm trees.
Palm trees. I like palm trees.
Finding joy in small things and hope in big gestures.
People are very friendly. People are very compassionate.